Welcome back to the Brent Bruce Daily, where each day we take a look and see where home loan interest rates really are, what is making the move, and what to expect for the future. Today is August the 24th, 2023. It is now about 2:05 p.m. Central Time. We still have a couple of hours left in the bond and the mortgage-backed security and bond market trading day. Overall, though, today is like a pause. Everybody is kind of like taking in a breath to hold their breath for tomorrow. Tomorrow is a big day. We are going to be hearing from Jerome Powell, and he's going to come to a press conference in a speech after the ending of the Jackson Hole Symposium. So each year, the Fed gets together in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and it's kind of like a retreat where they sit and they talk about all things in the U.S. economy and how they're feeling about things a little bit longer of a discussion than what they have in the normal Fed meetings. So this is when we're going to hear a little bit more about what they're thinking for the future. Primarily, are they going to continue to increase the federal funds rate even further? So this is where we want to really be kind of sensing the temperature of what we get. Now, we always have to dissect the words very closely to see what they're getting at. Are they getting at letting us know that they're going to continue to increase the federal funds rate? Are they getting at the thought that we're going to maybe pause for a period of time, not just 1 month? You remember a few months back, they said that they were going to pause, which left the door open for further increases, which is exactly what they did in the next meeting. So we're really going to have to be carefully listening to what they say and seeing if they still feel that inflation is too high and that they need to go 100 miles an hour and drive this car right off into the lake, like we've been talking about the last couple of days. So where are we right now? Now, yesterday was a great day. We ended yesterday up 70 basis points. Up 70 basis points is a great day. Now, why was it up 70 basis points, guys? Not because of any reports that came out, because of revisions of previous reports. Revisions to the employment numbers from the Bureau of Labor Statistics were enough to really move the markets, because we've been talking about the fact that that is really the key factor the Fed is looking at, is employment. So when they have revisions bringing down the level of employment and hiring that they were reporting previously, that's good news for the bond market. We were up 70 yesterday. Today, down, here we are down 21. Now, part of that is because you're always going to have a little bit of a pullback. Okay, so you swell and you pull back, and you swell and you pull back. It doesn't just go straight in a straight line, and we see that on all the charts that I show on a consistent basis. Also, remember, we're going into tomorrow. We're going into a big announcement from the Federal Reserve and from Jerome Powell after the Jackson Hole Symposium. So a lot of people are like, you know what? I don't feel really that great. I'm going to pull back. Now, in fact, there's such a concern right now that the Federal Reserve is going to make comments that are negative to the bond market and negative to home loan securities, that I actually have an alert to lock. So I want to show you something. I have an alert to lock from MBS Highway, which is somebody that's, Barry Habib and his team, we listen to very, very closely. An alert to lock, even though we're only down 22 basis points. We would not lock being down 22 basis points usually. What that's saying is lock ahead of what's coming. So that tells us that the team at MBS Highway right now is not feeling very good about what we're going to hear from Jerome Powell, the Federal Reserve, tomorrow. And that unfortunately, it might be a really rough day for us. So we're going to see, that's why they're saying, look, lock now. Take the gains that we received yesterday with that 70 basis points, which, by the way, this week we are currently down 0.25% on a 30-year fixed mortgage. I'll show you that here in just a minute, but they're afraid that's going to go away quick. Down 22 basis points again. You're seeing here that this Fibonacci level acted as a very strong floor of support under us, bounced way back up, and here we are right now down 22. Same thing, the 10-year Treasury is now up 5, which is not what we want to see, but you will see that the ceiling of resistance here acted as a strong ceiling, bounce, push down, and now here we are ahead of the announcements from the Jackson Hole Symposium. What does that mean for home loan interest rates? Let's jump over here, look at our scenario. We're going to pull up our very well-qualified 30-year fixed conventional home loan with 800 FICO score, 25% down, primary residence, best of the best. And where are we right now? Oh, look at this, 7.375. That's an improvement, guys. That is an intraday improvement. I looked a little bit earlier, and 7.5 was the best we can get a hold of. We're at 7.375. We started this week at 7.625, okay? So this is really good news to see these numbers coming down. Again, down 0.25% here just this week. Okay, 7.375 with a credit of $295 with the Lone Store. Let's open this up here and see what a point buys us, because as we talked about, you just never know how strong that point's going to be. 7.0. Okay, so we can probably get into that 6.99 range, that 6 handle for a percent for 1 point. So let's just jump over here, look at a couple of the others. PRMG Mortgage, where we at here? 7.375 is costing $8.89, and for 1 point, it's a little bit more expensive there right now. Again, you cannot get these rates directly from these lenders. You have to go through me or another broker to get these kind of interest rates. That's why you see interest rates so much higher with mortgage bankers and others like that. Okay, so right now, just under a point here, 7.125. Again, not that strong. But let's take a look here at United Wholesale. We always like to look at them because they tend to do a very good job with buy downs. So 1% right now, there it is. They're the best on the buy down. Okay, so for 1%, 6.999. And you can see again, that's why we're brokers. That's why we bank. That's why we don't just use one bank, because we want to have options and we want to go out there and get the best product for your client and for ours. So let's go over here real quickly, open this up, look at the parameters for the numbers that we just took a look at. We are going to be closely watching what we hear from the Federal Reserve here coming out tomorrow after the Jackson Hole Symposium. Hopefully, they're going to indicate that they're feeling good about the moves that have made and the effects that have been made due to the moves they've made with the federal funds rate, and that they maybe are going to pause for a little while, or maybe indefinitely, or maybe we will be over the crest and start to see that coming down. Make sure that you like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell in the bottom. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you tomorrow after the Jackson Hole Symposium.